Good morning, 7K world, 7K team. Okay, IPAs. IPAs, everybody knows what that stands for. Income producing activities. Now, that's part of my job description. I give you some IPAs for your first 2 years. It's a 5 out of 7 days. And I'll tell you what to do. Those are really, they're learning, but because they're learning skills, attitudes, and techniques, and they're doing peak interest contacts and building your list and continuing to build that list till you get a list of 500, not just the first 100. These are income producing activities because they're specific to our member direct marketing model that we're building with 7K, the Costco of gold and silver. So one IPA that you need to do at least once a week minimum, and you must do it on Friday anyway, even if you're doing it multiple times in a week. And it's using your Downline Explorer, and I'll go through the reasons for this real quick. I'm not going to use mine because mine takes too long to pull up and go through too many people. And I do mine all the time, but I go down to the people I'm working with, helping them build rank. So it helps build another person's rank that it helps build my rank. So that really is what I'm going to be doing in this new system for this steady state as we go forward for the next stage of momentum growth with 7K. And we're about to enter that. And I'm going to be actively involved because I've got to rank up the presidential to get paid on all the volume that I have coming through. So let's get right to it. And I'm going to use Gary Goslin. I talked to him about this earlier as the uh, uh, the person to do. Once you log into your back office, you'll go to view more about your volume, or you'll go to your business hub, and it's going to bring up the screen that'll give you your current volume. And so this is Saturday, so you definitely want to be looking at it Saturday, but you should do this every Friday. Okay, what I'm about to show you with your Downline Explorer. And so one of the reasons that you want to do it and kind of look in 2 or 3 times a week, you want to see how your volume's doing, especially after the processing of the autosaver. Now, before the autosaver processes, you'll have a certain amount of volume here. All you have to do is click down on the upcoming autosaver points, and you can find the week of what people are signed up for during that processing day that's going to be coming up. So you could add this to that, to whatever you have, and then that will show you how you'll end the week. Okay. So now we're at Saturday, so we've already had our autosaver process. Now, sometimes they process on Saturday, and so that's a very that's something you better be checking in even late at night before that 12 o'clock midnight hour mountain time, because that's when they close the books. Any sales that are not processed, they don't post them, so it won't count. Okay, so you got to get them all processed so they count in the volume. So here's the key. Once you this is why you do this, and what you've got to do is make sure that you got the rank commensurate with what your pay is going to be. So you might have to do some things, which we'll talk about, to help get your rank so you get full pay. Okay. And so you've got to become good at doing this one IPA that I'm going to show you here today. You go to your Downline Explorer, it's going to load. Now, your tree is nothing more than how people are placed in that downline explorer. So this doesn't tell you how they're placed. They just tell you which side they're on. Okay. And this is more kind of like a bubble chart. Okay. And so one of the things that you want to do is you want to go, and if you notice, it comes up left and right, and it comes out who's in your downline. And so you know that in active status, you know how many people are in your group. Okay. Left and right total. Now you can click, but what I want you to do is I want you to click on both. Okay, that gives you both active and inactive. Once it, there it goes, pops up. Now you got both active and inactive, both sides. So now this is truly the number of people in your organization on your left side and right side combined. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a side. We're going to look at the left side only. Then we're going to look at the right side only. Now we know that in Gary's, because that's where his bank side was, we saw that with the numbers. He always has bank, his pay side's his right side. So obviously he's got more people in his group on the left side than he does on the right side. We'll see this in a minute. We can just take a quick look. So these are some things you've got to always know. So where is he concentrating his effort? He's concentrating his effort on his right side, and he's supporting his left side. He's supporting his leaders. He's helping them do three ways, helping them solve their problems, helping them build their business. But he's not giving away people that he sponsors into that left side. No way, because he's got to place them on the right side. That's his people, okay, that he's personally engaging into the business, that he's personally prospecting and working on. Now, so his effort is to build rank and help his right side. So he wants to eventually flip-flop volume. He wants his right side to grow as big or bigger than his left side, and then he can work equal on both sides until one side outperforms the other. So this is what you look at long range as you're building your business, just with one on the left and one on the right. But what's important, what I'm going to show you today that you must do, you don't have to do what I just did. I'm just giving you some extra training. What you must do is go to personal sponsors. That's what you got to do. You got to ask them to filter personal sponsors. Okay. And then you want to look on your right side, because that's your controlling side for pay right now. But your left side could be too. If you lose rank, you won't get paid. So you have to make sure you can maintain rank. And so this is what we do. Okay. So what we're going to do, we know that Gary can be a silver. He can be a silver really easy, because all he has to do is have 5 actives. Well, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's already got the 5 actives. So he doesn't need to do anything with anybody else or grab another membership and place them to rank up the silver if he needed, if his pay volume would have been 2,500 or 3,000 or 3,500 or somewhere in between those numbers. And so he wants to grab that volume and get paid on it instead of it flushing out. Okay. Because he can, as a bronze, which he is right now, pay rank, that's how he's going to end today. But he's going to get full pay. He's going to get to 2,000. Okay. 2,000 a week's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's a 6-figure income. Okay. So that's pretty cool. And so that's what you want to work for. Now, Gary's been working at the business. I went to Hawaii to help advance and build that team and get it a good foundation. And then we did a lot of work before that, doing Zooms just about every day, every night, except their time was 5 hours different than my time. So when we were doing it at 8 o'clock at their time, I mean, y'all can imagine it's 1 p.m. in the morning, my time, and we just starting a Zoom. Okay. And so here we go. What you want to do is you're going to look at the days active. So none of his actives are approaching inactivity tonight. Now, we could look at just active and it makes it clear. Okay. And so we're going to do this first. Then I'll tell you why you do both. And so it's not, so enrollees only, personal enrollees only, active, one side. Okay. Then what we've got to look at for him to maintain rank, Mark Sayat has got to stay copper. If Mark doesn't stay copper, he'll lose his rank tonight. Okay. And then he won't get paid that 2,000. He'll be paid as a copper and he'll only get 1,000 and he'll flush that $1,000. So let's look at Mark Sayed. You click on Mark's name. You click on Explore as his downline. You've got it set correctly. Personals, active only. So Mark has to have an associate on the left, on the right, and another personal. Well, he's got 2 associates. That's pretty good. So one of these associate must stay an associate. If they drop rank tonight, then Mark will drop rank. Okay. So we look first, his 2 actives are fine. Now, if you can't follow what I'm saying, you should have that 1-page compensation plan right in front of you, like I have here in front of me. I can get it up. Okay. 1 page. So it tells you what you've got to have on both sides to be able to get that pay at the end of the night, tonight, midnight. So we need to check real quick to make sure neither one of these lose their associate position. How do we do that? Well, we just click on Lynn's name. Let's do Lynn first and check on Lynn. Well, on her right side, on his right side, brother, he's got an active, it's only 4 days old. That's great. And then let's go to the left side, and that's only 4. So that associate's going to stay an associate. So we don't even have to look any further. So let's go back. How do you go back? You click up here, Explore As, and we go back to Mark Sayed's name. We already looked at his right side. Now we're going to look at his left side. Okay. So he's got to maintain an associate on his left side and another personal. Well, Andrew is 26 days old. Well, he'll stay active for 32 days. Well, he's not going to become inactive tonight at midnight. So that's fine. He'll have his 2 actives, but Tanya must stay an associate. So let's look at Tanya. We're going to look at Tanya by clicking on Explore Her. Her left side is great. 4 days active. Let's look at the right side. Right side is great. 4 days. Well, she is definitely, we can look at left and right and see them. Okay. See how you can just look at things at a quick glance and understand. Well, you've got to be able to do it as fast as I'm doing it, because it only takes you a few minutes to do this IPA on Friday morning. Gives you enough time. Well, I look at it every day like this. Okay. That's the way I look at it. I want to know what's coming. I look, but your dates are a little confusing sometimes. So you got to be able to figure out the date. I'll talk about some of those pretty soon. Okay. So let's go back. We did Gary's right side, correct? We did his right side because that's where Mark Sayed was. But his left side's got to have a minimum copper for him to stay as a bronze to get that $2,000 paycheck tonight. So we now go to his left side and we look, he only needs 3. He's got 4. That's fine. 28, that's going to still be active tonight because it's got 32 days to go. 21. So those 4 are all going to be active tonight at midnight. So that's fine. Cheryl Toyofuku, Health Journey Hawaii Ministry Trust, she's a bronze. So that's above a copper. So that's, hey, that's great as long as she stays bronze or copper. But we need to check and make sure she doesn't drop to just an associate. So we click on Cheryl. We click on Explore as Cheryl Toyofuku as health journey. We look at her left side and look at that. She's got 2 coppers. She's got more than enough personal. That's why she is working on becoming a gold. Okay. And she's got a copper that was a bronze before. Okay. No, highest rank is copper. So we can click on that person and see that. But we've got 2 people that we just need to check, make sure they can hold the minimum rank of copper. So let's do Colleen first. We're going to click on Colleen. We're going to look at her left side. So all she needs is 2 actives and an associate, one of them being an associate. Well, she's got the associate. She got 3 actives. So that's great as personals. Now we need to make sure this associate can stay an associate as we're looking on the left side. Now we click and explore Ephesians. We look at the left side. How do you stay an associate? Got to have 1 active on the left, 1 active on the right. None of these are going to go inactive on the left side. So the left side's fine, more than fine. It's got 3 active. Then we go over to the right side and we see 15, 21. Great. No problem. Definitely going to hold rank is Colleen at a minimum of a copper. We can go back to Colleen. We can look at her right side. See, we looked at her left side, remember, Ephesians, the associate. Now we're going to look at her right side. Okay. And so she's got to have an associate and 1 person. She's got more than she needs. She got 3 personals. All 3 are going to stay active tonight. In fact, through next week. So we're looking ahead too. She isn't going to have a problem next week on this side or the other side. Now, let's look and make sure that Crystal can stay an associate. Okay. We explore her as a downline. Well, I'm going to show you something right here. Crystal has got 1 active on the right and another active that will not stay active. It's got 1 day left and we're doing it before 5 o'clock Mountain Time. After 5 o'clock Mountain Time today, if you come back in this Downline Explorer, that's not going to read inactive in 1 day. It's going to read loses points in 9 days. It'll still be green, but at midnight, it turns inactive. See, there's a point of demarcation in looking this. That's why you've got to know how the days and inactive and the flushing points, you've got to know where those critical points are. I just showed you one. And if you come back and look at this tonight, this evening, it won't read this because it changes and then it does a run at midnight. This person will become inactive tonight. In the morning time, if it reads inactive in 1 day, at midnight, that sucker is going inactive. Okay. If it reads inactive in 2 days, then you're okay, because at midnight or tonight after 5, it's going to read inactive in 1 day instead of inactive in 2 days. Okay, so on the right side, Crystal's got an active, got actually 2 now, but tonight at midnight, she'll only have 1. Now, if that's not clear, don't worry, you will pick it up, okay? You'll understand as you do. Now, let's look at the left side. Left side, 21 days and 15, no problem. So, she got more than what she needs. She needs just 1. So, she's going to stay an associate. So, Colleen is sure to stay a copper. Gary, Cheryl is sure to stay a minimum of a copper, but she's going to stay a bronze. Let's see how, because we already looked at Colleen. We looked at her left. Let's go back and now look at her right side. Okay, so you've got to look at both sides. Now, Cheryl's pretty strong because she's again got 2 coppers and she got more than enough actives. And so only one of these people have to stay copper. And we have Ahava, Christian True Vine Trust. Now she's working, she's where, as you see, she's really working, and Cheryl's working with them. That's where a lot of activities at right now. And so let's make sure Ahava can stay as a minimum of an associate. She only has to stay a minimum of associate for Cheryl, a copper, for Cheryl to stay a bronze. But if Cheryl needs to be just a copper, that's all she needs for Gary to become. So all Gary needs is Ahava to stay as an associate for Colleen. So remember, it's what you are looking for yourself. Then you look for your people, you help your people. So Gary would help his personals like Cheryl, make sure that she holds rank. So he'd be looking at it for her instead of him. Right now, we're looking at it for himself, like you will be doing for yourself. So all Ahava has to do, Christian True Vine, I'm just telling you the name of the person that's there, but for that member to stay an associate, need 1 active on the left, 1 active on the right. Well, on the right, there's 4 actives, so there's no problem there. So let's go to the left. Oh, well, there's about 10 of them, and none of them are approaching inactivity. Okay, so real cool. So let's go back. We know that Gary here right now, Saturday morning, and if he looked at it Friday, he'd see the same results. He is okay. He doesn't have to do anything. And so now he's going to be looking after his people to make sure they do the same thing. He repeats the process with his highest ranked person that he's working with on his left and his highest ranked person that he's working with on his right. He repeats the process for them, and hopefully they've done it, and he teaches them how to do what I just taught you to do, and gets them to watch this video so they can do this for themselves too, because everybody should be doing this. Okay, now what else should you be doing? Minimum of once a week, and it's best at the latest that you do it on Fridays. Friday evening is fine, after 5 Mountain Time. Okay, why? Because it kind of rolled over those dates that I'm talking about, so you won't get confused. One of the things you should be looking at is who is going to become inactive soon. Okay, so let's go back to Gary Goslin. He is worried about what? his right side. That's where he focused. That's his pay side. So you focus on your pay side first. That's his right side. Then we're going to look at, we got actives in our status. We're going to look for who will become inactive soon. Now it's going to tell us those dates that I was telling you about. Okay. These people right here will become inactive tonight at midnight Mountain Time. This is their day. Now, tonight, after 5 Mountain Time, these won't read this. I'll show you what they read in a minute. But the key is, if any of these people, like he, right here, Wesley, will become inactive tonight, and he won't get any points Monday morning that come up because he'll be inactive, and he is an associate and he's building for his check. So when you're inactive, your counter doesn't register points coming up through you. They just flow through you like electricity, like an open switch. They don't stop and register in your account when you're inactive. Okay, so you don't want to be inactive. And if you're inactive too long, 9 days after you become inactive, you flush your points. They'll erase all these points. That's hard-earned dollars over there. You don't want that erased. Okay, so that's all he has to worry about. So let's go ahead and look at his left side real quick, because he wants to help his people. He wants to help his people who sponsor. So if we want to know who was sponsored, if we don't know who Wesley is, we look and see who his sponsor is. Maybe we know that person. Okay. And if you don't know that person, then that's okay. Somebody else should be doing this that is responsible for them. Okay. That's when I tell you about your upline. They should be doing this. Okay. They should be doing it for themselves and looking down in their group. So again, all you have to do is click on the person and you see who enrolled them. Okay. And if you don't know that person, you really want to know, then you'd have to go to that person, click on see who enrolled him. That's a process. That's another training. Okay. So let's go to Gary's left side. And we're going to ask the same question. And now we're going to see some different days, because see, we got some people going to be inactive in 2 days. 3 days. Tonight at 5, that will change to inactive in 1 day. But it will still be active. So on Saturday mornings, if they say inactive in 2 days in the morning, they're going to be active at midnight. If they say inactive in 1 day, they will go inactive at midnight Mountain Time. That's a very good thing to know. Okay. So what are we going to do now? We're going to do both. And notice when we do both, and I say who's going to be inactive soon, look at loses points in 9 days, already became inactive. That's that person that was in the morning time, like these. That's what it converts to, but you're active still till midnight. But the next day, that's what happens to you, okay? Because you go inactive at midnight, like these people will here. So what I'm going to do is look with both who are going to flush points soon. What's important about flushing points is helping these people. And notice these are premium things. Who flushes points? Who is cycling? Who is renewing? Who are my leaders? If you don't have a premium account, you're going to have to pay extra to get these. You're going to have to pay an extra $10 a month fee, okay, to get this. So we're going to look at who's going to flush points soon. And what you're going to do is kind of go through the list real quick. What you're looking at is for people who have significant amount of points, like Virginia. Wish I could bring this up. That's an associate. Virginia, she's got 1640 points on her. Let me put my share bar up at the top so we can all see this. And she's got a check. She's got a $215 check because she's associate. All she has to do is buy a coin, become active, and she'll get a check tonight. So somebody should be calling her. If I have her information in my phone, I take a picture of that, text it to her, and say, hey, you need to go process an autosaver, get yourself a $250 check. You get a free coin paid by commission and some extra cash. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So we look at who's sponsored. See, I don't know her. And so we look and see who's sponsored. Well, that's Cheryl. So now I'm going to send that to Cheryl because I know Cheryl. So Cheryl needs to pass that on to them. Okay. So I'm just seeing this. Okay. I hadn't looked at any of this before the training. I'm doing it live with you. And so I hope Cheryl and Gary sees this if they're on the training and they can take care of it. If not, after the training, that's what I'm going to do. Take a picture of that with my phone, that little block right there. And I'm going to text it to Cheryl and Gary, both, because it's their response. It's not me to go talk to these people. And it's because I'm working directly with Gary right now in this right side, helping him, because we're working on some people that on that right side to bring in to help him get back, help him get to goal. And so we're going to look at now his right side. That's his pay side. See, that's Cheryl, more Cheryl's concern than Gary's concern. But if he helped Cheryl bring that person in, it's his and Cheryl's concern. If he helped her bring that person in to 7K. Starting to see sponsorship responsibilities here. I can't look after 30,000 people, and neither can you when you get 1,000 people on your left and 1,000 people on your right, like Gary. He can't do it either. That's way too many people to personally look after. And people need to be able to look after themselves. So we teach people how to fish, not keep giving them fish. Okay. Now we look on the right side and we see exactly the same phenomena with Louisiana Kayak Association. Okay. So you got two people to help. And look at this. They're going to lose all their points in 3 days. And that is $10,478 in that left bank. And when they buy a coin, if they buy a 20-point coin, look, listen to this. If they go in and buy a State Animal Series coin themselves, process it tonight, today, before midnight, those 20 points will post where? To the pay side. 20 and 236 is what? 256. So see what, even if these people are so-called grown-up leaders and all this, they're not, because they're not helping their people properly, and they're not on this training. And I know they're not on training. Okay. So it's their problem. That's a no-brainer thing. You get a free coin and you get money left over. That's a $250 check. Coin only costs you $150 with shipping, $139 plus the shipping and the processing fee, if you're paying a processing fee. So that's why you have to look at these things. Now, the next thing you want to look at, and it's very, very important, is Who is cycling soon? Okay, this is what you should be looking at earlier in the week after the processing of the autosavers. Who is processing soon, cycling soon is very important. That's people who are going to make a check. Now, at this time, we're going to have a lot of people that are processing soon, but really what you want to look at is not both. This is a whole nother training. I have a training on this and I'm going to redo it again with the new system and everything. But what you're going to have sometime is people have the volume to get a check or get a close to get a check, but they, like this person, okay, they okay right now, but they could get a check if they wanted, if they have an inactive on their left. They got a family business back there in control of their business. Well, the reason is you might have a lot of people that are inactive like this, the one that we just pointed. And so that's what you're kind of looking at. And one way to do it real quick, to quick and look for those, is you don't do both. You do just inactives and who's cycling soon. Okay. So if you see a lot of these people already lost their points. Okay. And what you're looking at now is just the one. You look at both sides, left side. And so coming up is the trainings that I'm going to do on who's cycling soon and what you do. And the other one that you do once a month is this premium, is who will be renewing soon. And that one you always do both. Okay. And you do it first on your pay side, because that's the side you're active and working in. And so for Gary, he wants to do it on his right side. And so he should always be looking at this. You should do this at the last day of the month. And if you haven't done it already, and I've given a training on this, it's in the Band app. And once you get everybody, both in, he's got 25 renewals this month. Well, you don't want them to be all renewed on the first of next month by the company if they don't automatically renew themselves by pressing renew now. So y'all can imagine you got 25 renewals. Hey, that's a couple of paychecks. Well, you don't want to flush that volume, do you? You don't want some of your people flushing volume because you didn't manage this renewal. People have to click their own renewal. It's automatic only if you let the company process it on the highest auto saver volume of the month, the first of the month. And that's why so many people flush volume on the first of the month. That's a special training. I give that. I just gave it again on renewal. I didn't show the Downline Explorer part. I explained it. Okay. So again, you do that, you click here, you pull up and export, download the spreadsheet of everybody's going to renew. It has their renewal date, has if they're active, have how many points they have on their autosaver, has all that data for you. And I do that for my wife. I'm kind of show this. See that report? Yeah, I do it from my wife's right side because it doesn't affect me because I'm flushing points. Okay. So I'm not managing mine that way anymore. I did, especially when it meant extra pay or more efficient pay week to week. And you need to do that too. So learning how to use our Downline Explorer is extremely important. And it's something that you need to do to manage your business, even if you're doing it on a part-time basis as a side gig. You need to do this a minimum of once a week. And Friday and Saturday, since Saturday's a payday, it is better you know what's coming on Friday, and then actively engaged on Saturday to do what you need to do to make your maximum paycheck with the volume that you have, and help others do the same in your team. Okay. So with that said, I am going to bring back up real quick my new 1, 2, 3 system that everybody should be engaged in right now. And everybody needs to be on your team band app, be your own team Corona, the PSI team, Dream Big team, 7KOY Ohana team, the PMC team, the Worldwide Builders team, and the Silver Utopia team, the Silver Wealth team. I got 16 teams, but all my trainings on the band apps. Okay. And you specifically want to get on my training of why it's important to be on the Team Band app for duplication, number one. And then I train everybody for you. I take a lot of work off you, and everybody gets trained the same way with the new website and what to do and how to set things up. But they have to learn how to do things themselves. And I show them how if they're willing to do it, okay, for you. Well, again, I really didn't talk about all the income that you can make and what you can make and anything, but I'm going to close every training with the income disclosure statement, no matter what. This is our latest income disclosure statement, and what's really neat, and I guess I will show you one thing before I go to let you know. Let's go back in. Let's go share the screen. Let's go back to that Downline Explorer, and let me get out of that and just show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to log in, log out here of Gary's, and I'm going to log in to mine to show you what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go to Downline Explorer, but I show people this on the training. I talk about it, but I'm have to go into few details. And what you see real quick is that, hey, gee whiz, see, as just a gold associate, I've got 3 times more points than I need, more than 3 times more points than I need. I've got enough to be paid as a presidential associate. That's why I need to go to work again and get myself ranked up by helping the people on my right side rank up. And so I can help them rank up and I can rank up. Okay. And so that's where we're at. And with that, it just shows you that, you in time, you can get to this kind of incomes too. There's thousands of people doing it. So that's why I teach you my 7 pieces of paper. The whole base of the system is 2 years to learn skills, attitudes, and techniques, how to do specifically this business. And they are specific skills, attitudes, and techniques that you must learn, but they're simple and you just duplicate them over and over. And then 3 to 5 years, then applying those to build a big business, and then work yourself up through the pay rank scale, building your value. And I got a quick little system that I'm teaching now how to do that as we start our next phase. So take a look at your income disclosure statement. Look at last year's, look at yours. You see how everything's grown. We got 3 presidentials. They're in my group that come from my PSI team. Okay. I've got, all but I think 3 of the executive goals in the whole company are in my group. Okay. And I got the majority coming. I got 3/4 of all the goals in my team. Okay. And I don't even know how many silvers versus the company in it. But the key is a duplicatable system is what you want to do. Other leaders have duplicatable system, but they're much like mine, the ones that are building. I see very much similarity to what I do and what I teach in those systems. Okay. Of course, my training's been up on the YouTube since day one. And so I hope you're the leader of the future for this company. It is not going to be me. I'm 77. This company's got a full 10, 15, maybe even 20 years of pure momentum growth ahead of it. That's what you want to participate in. That's what you want to be a part of. That's what you want to learn how to be a part of that and take it forward. So learn how to do your IPAs, learn how to do what we talked about today on the Downline Explorer and my other trainings that I have on the Downline Explorer for who's renewing soon, who will be flushing points and who's becoming inactive, and we'll do that at a later date. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. See you on the beaches of the world or on all the 7K getaway trips and a lot of dream trips for a lot of people. Some people have never been on trips like this until they got in 7K, but they are now. Thank you again.